you physically can't share confidence. It comes from within, and if don't have it, they don't have it, and that's their problem.
Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tyler, and this is my first YouTube video. I've been meaning to make a YouTube video since like 10th grade. So I'm 25 now, so like 7 years ago was when I wanted to make a YouTube channel, right? But now I'm in Los Angeles, California. I'm from Mississippi. I'm pursuing a lot of things. Modeling, screenwriting, acting eventually. So right now, my #1 goal is like signing with a major modeling agency. And I've been on that journey for like a year and a half. And with that journey has come, you know, some bumps in the road. It's hard as a black male model to like get in the industry. People like Naomi Campbell, you know what I'm saying, and Alton Mason, like just black people in the fashion industry. They're fighting for that, you know what I'm saying, for more inclusion. This is my do-rag, y'all. Okay, I'll just put it like this. I see a lot of celebrities and models who are in the industry. They'll say things like, oh, I'm 5'6", and I was always told I could never be a model, but now, you know what I'm saying, they're like the face of Nike. That's just an example. I've never had that problem. I've never been told like, oh, you're too small, or you're too short, or you know what I'm saying, your eyes are too far apart, or nothing like that. As a model, you're judged all the time. Since you're a model, like, people expect you to just be so confident in yourself that critiques don't faze you. But when you're being critiqued all the time and rejected more times than, you know, accepted, that can take a toll on anyone. Like, oh my gosh, you guys are probably wondering, what is the point of this video? Rambling and shit. This is my first video, y'all. Oh my gosh, like, bear with me. I'm not saying like, you know, oh my gosh, like, I feel bad and nothing like that. When I first came into the modeling industry, I did not know anyone in the modeling industry. I still don't really. So I had to figure everything out on my own. And on top of that, I did not know a lot about the industry. When I came to LA, I came for screenwriting and filmmaking and directing. However, I've gotten into modeling. I was told that I should, and I tried it, and I liked it. I just fell in love with it. I was all over the place. I was literally a chicken with his head cut off. I was running into people who were also on the come up that was wasting my time, like that was scammers. Modeling has taught me so much, like how to love myself. Child, I've always loved myself, but it's just different now. I can't really explain it. Like, I loved myself before modeling, but there were things that I wished that I could change about myself. But now, like, I am a brand. I'm different from, like, I don't compare myself to anyone else. I didn't really have anyone in the industry or that knew anything about the industry to tell me, like, no, like, you know, you're different, and that's a good thing. But at the time, I would see like a black guy, like, you know, like on Instagram that's signed to a modeling agency that I want to be signed to. And he's like buff with like a 6-pack, you know what I'm saying? And he looks like, you know, like the type of guy who wears Letterman jackets. I'm in shape and I'm fit, but I'm not like, you know, a football quarterback type. I've always had a high metabolism. Everyone's gonna have their own opinion. You don't wanna be one of those hard-headed people that's like, can't anybody tell me nothing? I know what I'm doing. There's always someone who knows a little bit more than you. And of course, you wanna consider who you take advice from, but we all could do with a little advice. In my case, if someone asks me to, like, you know, dye my hair green and get like a nose piercing for an agency, if I don't feel like that's right in my spirit, then I'm not gonna do it. But at the same time, I'm 25 years old, so I'm professional, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm easygoing and understanding. So when I have an agent one day and they say like, hey Tyler, like, you should cut your hair. We really think that, you know, like, you'll get casted more. I'm like, I'll do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say, well, no, I've been growing my hair for like a year now. I'm just gonna keep it. Because like, I know what I got into when I pursued this industry. Improve yourself, your brand, etc., etc. I think it was, the whole point of this video was just to, like, you know, like, love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was my first love before anybody else. For me, modeling really helped me to sit down and figure out who I was. And most people, like, you could ask them to describe themselves to you, and that's like such a difficult question. How do you not know yourself? Like, how are you a stranger to yourself? I was forced to do that, to like figure out like who I was, like what I liked, what I disliked, what I want in life, who like my potential soulmate is, like their characteristics, like what makes me happy, what makes me sad, like how do I act when I'm happy, like my measurements. I still don't know my finger measurements. Like, yeah, like that's the whole point. Like in photo shoots and stuff, like they may tell you like, you know, look at the camera, you know what I'm saying? Like look flirty at the camera, you know, whatever. I mean, I would have to look at the camera, like I probably pretend like I'm, I don't know, at the club or something, and I see someone that I'm attracted to, and like we're like making eye contact with each other, and I want them to know that I want them to come over and talk to me. And so how would I do that, you know? But you have to know yourself and what makes you flirty to do that. I just went from talking about the struggle of a black male model to talking about how to be a model. Child, you get it. I'll get better with time. I would watch YouTube videos. I would literally type in how to be a male model, or like how to sign to a modeling agency, or like what to wear as a male model, like male model hairstyles as black male model. It would be like a lot of white guys that popped up on my YouTube search. There's actually more than one black male model on YouTube. Everyone's story is so different. There's like this one guy, he's a black model too. His story on his pursuit to signing with someone is more similar to mine. He lives in LA, and he would do vlogs like documenting like his journey. Like he would like fly from LA to New York like maybe once a week or something, just to like go like have a meeting with these agencies, and they would never like, you know, sign him. Even in my experience, I spent a whole month like doing like interviews with a certain agency, and it didn't work out. With two actually, and both of them like didn't happen. But that's just the industry. It is what it is. He would fly from LA to New York like once a week, maybe twice, whatever he said, I can't recall. Talking like, and he would not get it. And he even confessed in his vlogs like, this is hard, like I kind of want to give up. But now he's, you know, signed to like 2 agencies, and he's like still growing, and I'm very happy for him. And like one of my homeboys cuts his hair, so that's pretty cool. That's literally like the most relatable dude on YouTube so far that I've found. For the black guys, it's always like, oh yeah, I was playing basketball with my homeboys at the beach, and this model scout approached me and was like, hey, do you want to model? And oh, I didn't even know guys could model. And then like the model scout talked me into coming into like the agency the next day, and they signed me on the spot. Or my favorite, oh well, my friend is a model, or my friend is a photographer, and he brought me in with him to an agency one day, and they liked me and they signed me, you know, and like that's great. I'm really happy for you, but it's kind of like that's not always the case. So I do want to put like more different varieties, stuff like the experience on YouTube. I want to tell my story. I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I would kind of get like in my feelings, like annoyed. Oh, so it happened that easy for you, you know what I'm saying? Because like damn, so like you make it seem so simple. But that's cool though. I'm not hating or anything, but you know, sometimes when the path gets a little hard, it's kind of like damn, you realize like there are people like that make it that way, and like very happy for them. But shit, looks have nothing to do with modeling. That's a whole nother topic, okay? Also too, know your self-worth as well. I had went through a point in modeling where I became kind of desperate. I was willing to just sign with any agency. I thought like any agency in LA, whether they were like a small one or a big one, was gonna get me where I needed to be, boom. And I did not realize that there were a lot of people out here who were just starting their agencies, and they wasn't even technically agencies yet, and they had no connections to anyone. I wanted to be signed so bad because I knew like once I got put in the right room, like I would flourish. Well, I didn't even think to like look these people up or like research them. That's no shade, but it's just the truth. I've come a long way, overcame a lot. Technically, I'm not a model yet because I'm not signed with anyone. The biggest thing I've done so far is LA Fashion Week. On this journey, I've like learned so much. I've even become like way more humble. I've always been a good person, and one day I just told myself like I'm the shit, and I became that. When I came to LA from Mississippi, I thought that everyone here was going to be gorgeous and perfect. Like, there was a lot of attractive people, but there were also a lot of average people. And I thought that, you know, coming from a small town, I was gonna, like, you know, fade in the background. Because you hear these stories about people coming to like these big cities, like people who were like prom king, prom queen types of small, you know, in small towns. They move to like New York, and they think that they're gonna be like how they were in high school, and they're not. You know, I thought it was gonna be that way for me. But I was kind of like still standing out, and that kind of made me feel like, oh wow, like I'm gorgeous. Like I'm not just Mississippi cute, I'm like LA cute too. A lot of that just came with me just being like super excited to be here, and like it was so hard for me to make it out here. Like I graduated from college, University of Mississippi, and I was gonna go into the master's program, you know, and pursue that further. But I've always had a passion to like come to LA and pursue my number one dream. And I decided to just do it, and like no one was like rooting for me. Like everyone was kind of like, you're gonna go out there and you're gonna fail, you're gonna be homeless, you're gonna be in debt from film school, you're gonna have to come back and you're gonna be embarrassed. And it wasn't like people like being like just trying to be nasty. It was people who genuinely cared about me. They were just very concerned, you know, like they didn't like, no one takes risks like that where I'm from. They do kind of sort of now, but at the time, like 2 years ago, they didn't. This whole video was like an overall vibe of what this channel is gonna be about. Yeah, just like me, like, because I can't really just stick to one thing to talk about on like my channel. Like there's people who only do mukbangs, who only do reaction videos, who only do like, you know, DIYs and all that stuff. Like, I mean, I may feel like doing a reaction video one day. I may feel like doing a, I don't know, a vlog one day, like story time, like it depends. So hopefully like you guys just like me. You are the main character of your life, and there is only one you, so own it. That was a corny ass closing. Alright, y'all.